Chapter 19 The Wilds.
Blood. That's the last thing Cam remembers. He can be sure because he's staring at a lot of it right now as he's waking up. There's also rot, of course, seeing as he passed out right next to the infected hound path. The good news there is that the smell probably isn't toxic, given that it's letting Cam wake up. He's on his side, leaning hard against the backpack, and his left arm is just inches from the brown goop of the path. Cam watches his bleeding thumb. Cutting through his shirt to make a bandage. That would be painful, time-consuming work, and there's no guarantee that his efforts would be rewarded with anything but an infection. What about the octopus ink? That would definitely lead to an infection. Unless reacts to oxygen, leaves a thin film. Could it seal the wound?
You gotta be kidding me.
Cam thinks.
I am not putting that stuff on an open wound.
It's a dangerous option to be sure, but so is wrapping the wound in a piece of shirt. The risk with the shirt is clear. The bandage won't be good enough, and Cam will soon be considering amputation. The ink is an unknown, a slick, pitch-black unknown, but its drying behavior suggests that it could act as a liquid bandage. Admittedly, Cam isn't sure what the ink's relationship to oxygen has to do with anything, but oxygen, oxygenated blood, there could be a connection there worth testing.
Plus, it would suck if this was a perfect salve and I didn't even want to try it.
Especially in a place where blackouts and lesions can happen at random, out of nowhere. A cloth bandage might keep Cam alive right now, but what if there's a next time? And what if that time is worse? A meadow with monsters or an unexplored forest? A risky bid for water now, or a potentially riskier one later? Watch the river, watch the path, or steer clear of both? It's a waltz of knowns and unknowns, immediate needs and long-term ones, and Cam has danced it well so far. But he knows that the music is still playing, and that the mindset known as risk aversion is usually just short-sightedness, being okay with failure as long as it's sufficiently far away or spread out. Cam refuses to let fear or complacency affect his judgment. He won't be the person who runs into a trap out of panic or who fails to leave a trap out of hesitation. Cam pulls the torn ink sac off his belt.
You're doing this because you want relief,
says a voice in Cam's head.
It hurts a lot. That's what's affecting your judgment.
It's true that great stress can encourage people to misplace their hope, to dream up miracle cures, mathematicians buying lottery tickets. Cam could be in so much pain that he'd be willing to try anything to make it stop. But although the wound hurts, it's less than Cam would expect. He feels as rational as ever.
If it doesn't help right away, I'll wash it off.
Cam dips his intact hand into the torn ink sac and scoops up some of the ink. He rubs it onto his mutilated left thumb. It stings, but it seems to help. The ink dries rapidly upon coming into contact with Cam's blood, solidifying and creating a thick black film over the destroyed flesh. Cam doubts that the wound will heal, but he has at least managed to stop the bleeding.